Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to do a road trip to Sequim, Washington. Now this is coming down the hill from our house. You can see in the distance the Olympic Mountains. And I'm not going to leave this on the whole time. I'm going to be coming in and out because otherwise it's probably hours. Because it's a couple hours to get there or whatever it is. So I'm going to turn this off. We're going to turn down onto this highway and then I'll be back. We are now on Highway 3, which is taking us down to the Hood Canal Bridge. And I'll talk more about the bridge when we get over it, but it's a beautiful day today. It's supposed to be around 80 for the whole weekend. So we see a lot of RVs hitting the road today, heading this way, because on the other side of the Hood Canal Bridge is where there's a lot of camping. That's where we sometimes would go. So as soon as we get to the bridge, I'll come back on. We are now coming up to the left turn to go on to the infamous Hood Canal Bridge. Oh no, wouldn't you guess, a big truck pull out in front of us. Bob's gonna kind of hang back, let it get way up ahead of us. It's like he was waiting for us. We had already pulled off once because a big camper was in front of us. Okay, I'll try to show as much as I can. See the Olympic Mountains over there. Of course, a lot of RV type vehicles heading towards us. Over here to the right. And of course, we're kind of low. Yes, I might do this back again when we're in the motorhome. That's where we're going, is to pick up our motorhome. Now, this bridge is the longest floating bridge across salt water. Is that correct, Bob? Bob's been giving me little tidbits of info. Look, another drop. And this is also a drawbridge. And it closes several times a day, which really causes backups in both directions. You just have to sit and wait. Now we're in the motorhomes, no problem. We've got our bathroom, we've got food. But we're in the car today, at the moment. So another little tidbit about this bridge is the submarines go under it up to the subbase, a naval subbase Bangor. I've never seen one come through here, but you know, they could be going under us.
They stay above the water.
Okay, Bob just said they stay above the water, so you can imagine it's quite a sight to see when they open the bridge and it's actually a submarine going through. Wouldn't bother me to see it. Well, let's see. A lot of traffic today. It is Friday when I'm recording this. So a lot of traffic's heading both directions. And we're back far enough. We kind of slowed down so I can give you good views. But of course we got all these trucks and things coming our way. Let's see, my lead up and go over this way. Let's see, we're going on to the Olympic Peninsula, and of course I showed you the Olympic Mountains to the left. This is the way to a town called Port Townsend, which is really a cute, quaint town also. We're not going there today. But that's where they shot a lot of the scenes from the movie An Officer and a Gentleman, one of my favorite movies. Oh, bumps here. So we're across the bridge. Now, about how far is it, Bob, till we get to Sequim?
Probably about 35 miles.
It's about 35 miles or so from here to Sequim, so I'm not sure how much I'll come back on, but the view is pretty much this view, more in the same. So it's a pretty drive. If I see anything really interesting, I'll come back on. Bob and his buddies just came up this way recently and golfed, so maybe we'll see the golf course, who knows. Be back soon. I forgot to mention earlier, we're on Highway 104, and we're coming to the end of that highway to the junction with Highway 101 north towards Port Angeles. If we went south, we'd be going down to Olympia, Washington. You know, for you people who might want to make the same road trip. You know what highways. A little while back, we had this big dump truck pull out in front of us. I know they're big trucks, so we're kind of hanging back. But he must have an empty load because he's moving pretty good once he got up to speed. Let's see, I don't think there's anything much up here. I just had a pretty view of the mountains back there, but I didn't have my camera on. Okay, well, I'm going to shut this off until we come up to the next point of interest. We are coming down to this cute little area. It's got a few little buildings and things. And I should add a little bit of trivia about highway. What's it called? U.S. Highway 101. And this we could stay on if we wanted to, all the way down to Los Angeles. Anything else, Mr. Bob? Let's see, what's it? I thought there used to be a little train thing over here. Oh, good, this truck in front of us is turning off. Let's see. Highway 101 is the farthest west U.S. highway. I'm looking over here to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Well, here's the little train thing. This is kind of cute because it's got little, we've got cannabis. Discovery Bay is what this area is called. Okay, I'm trying to remember. So, I'll be back shortly. Over here to the left is, what do you call those flowers?
Lavender.
Lavender flowers. This is a big farm here over to the left, right outside of Sequim, and it holds a lot of weddings and things there. I kind of spotted it a little late to get a very good picture of it. But is there another one down here, honey?
Not from the freeway.
No, okay. So, I'll be right back. This area we're coming up to is where there is a, look over here to the right, it's a community center, native art galleries. And up here a little ways is Seven Cedars Casino. Anybody needs gas or wants to stop and maybe buy a few souvenirs, there are some places here. Tribal Smoke Shop. There was Johnny Come Lately Creek. Here's the Seven Cedars Hotel and Casino. It's been just a casino for many years, and they finally built a hotel. Look very crowded today, but so then we scoop out of there and go up and around, and the next time coming on we should be coming into Sequim. I don't know if you can see that little Sequim sign there, but we are now getting off of Highway 101 and coming down into the little town of Sequim. That is spelled S-E-Q-U-I-M, Sequim. All the Indian names of places up here are sometimes difficult to figure out how to pronounce, but once you've lived here a while, you get used to it. So it's kind of a cute little town. It's a big retirement area because it's one of the driest cities in western Washington, because it's kind of sheltered by the Olympic mountains and stuff. Right, honey? We often refer to Bob as Encyclopedia Bob. So that's why I'm always asking him, because every time I get off of this, he gives me more tidbit information about the area. So I'll lead us on for a while going through the town. This is welcome to Sequim in the Dungeness Valley, which means I get a lot of Dungeness crab here. That's just be my guess. Oh, and there goes the first rig we were behind. He finally turned off. We would have been behind him the whole time if Bob hadn't pulled off the road. You have to come a long ways to get our motorhome service, but this place is really a good, reliable place to get good work done. You may wonder what's wrong with it, but while we're gone in Yuma and we're driving back and forth, we always make any notations of things. There's a Dollar Tree! Anyway, we make notation of places, or not places, you know, I see Dollar Tree, I'm all frazzled. We make notations of anything we want to get repaired on the rig. And then usually, once during the summer or shortly before we're going to be heading back north, we get her into Eric's and get anything fixed. So today, we're picking it back up. Last year we broke our bed, and not from what you think. The struts, because you can lift up the bed frame and store things underneath the bed, and we were lifting it up and the struts broke and just kind of slid back. So we can still use the bed, but we want to get that fixed because it's really heavy to lift without having a little bit of assistance from the struts. And we're coming into the cuter part. Any info you think I could add to this, honey? Oh, he doesn't hear me a lot lately.
I said no.
I know, but we need to get somebody's ears checked. The look I got. There's a Hallmark store. You don't see too many Hallmark stores anymore. They're the actual Hallmark. Why go pay the prices in there? You can go in Dollar Tree and get Hallmark cards for $1 or two for $1. We're behind a Northwest driving school. Somebody's learning how to drive. Isn't that cute? They're leaving all the space between the car in front of it. They're probably saying, oh, the person behind me is taking pictures. Now, like I say, this is where Bob and his buddies like to come golf maybe once or twice during the summer. Oh, they got some hanging baskets that look really pretty as the summer goes on. Speaking of hanging baskets, one of the next videos that I'm going to be doing is of our town, Poulsbo. It's really a cute little town, and I was going to start it on this one, but I thought that'd make the video too long. Poulsbo warrants its own video. So we're going to turn off this road. So I'm going to stop filming because I don't think there's much. Is there anything down there? No, not really. So anyway, it's a cute little town. See you in a bit. We have turned into an area called Sunland, which is a beautiful area of of homes. And it's a golf course. Well, I'd show you this. Is this where one of our friends has a house? One of Bob's golfing buddy, they actually have a house in here that they rent out. It's a good investment they invested in several years back. Anyway, you can see golf course along the sides. Anything that's green is pretty much the golf course. Here we're turning. Pretty area. This looks like the end of the road. Maybe. We're gonna park here for a minute, and then I'll be back. Look at this mess. There's all kinds of people, golfers. I myself don't see the excitement in it, but Bob likes it, so that's fine. Keeps him active. Smile, you're on candid camera. Any of you remember that program? That used to be so funny. Okay. Bob's gonna get out and walk around, so I will turn you off. See you again. There she is, the Winnebago. Wondering where her mommy and daddy went. That goofy? Sure, that's why I do it. So we will go move it out, hook the car up, and get on the road. There she is. Here comes Bob.
I don't know where you put all the cabling.
Uh-oh. Be right back. It always feels so good to get back in the motorhome. You know, once we have a break from it, it's like, okay, I'm ready to go again. I'll just show you. This is when it's all closed up with none of the slide outs out. So, you know, still room to move around. Not in the kitchen area though, but. And I think I've shown you before if you watched my video on my house the other day. Here's another picture that Michelle, my daughter, painted. And I picked it out for in here. And here's the other one. She does such a good job. So that's it. I'm going to turn this off till we get back on the highway. And we are back on Highway 101 heading east. Go back home to Poulsbo, Washington. I'm up higher in the motorhome, and of course it's noisier, so you may notice a difference in the background noise, but if I see anything that looks interesting to share with you, I'll come back on. Otherwise, I'll wait till we get back to the bridge. So maybe I'll be back on in about 35 miles. I remembered about the lavender farm. Hopefully we can show you a little bit better. Here we go. Look pretty. We just had the what they call the lavender harvest in the past couple of weeks. That's what it says. Full growth. I don't know if I mentioned earlier on the way up, but when we're driving the opposite direction. We did have a body of water next to us, which I'm pretty sure it's the Strait of Fuca. just I'm so used to seeing all this that I don't notice, maybe, you know, from someone else's eyes, and I want to see it. So, you can say we're on 101, and we'll be merging with 104, which takes us then to the Hood Canal Bridge again, and we'll see if it's open or closed, but I figure I will stop this video on the bridge. See what's over this crest, if there's a good view. Coming up. Looks like a lot of more of the same. What makes this state such a beautiful state. Green, pretty, always green. See, to my left, there is water through there, but too many trees. Can't really show you. When we come up here a little ways, it'll clear up a little. You can see the water through there. Water. We're not up near the bridge yet. It's part of the water. I thought I'd share that. We are coming up to the Hood Canal Bridge. See how it looks from this side. I moved the focus up. I'm not used to having it so close. I was hoping I'd be able to show you Mount Baker, which would be up to towards the left. I saw it earlier, but it would have been too far for me to see it. But look over here. The water. Pretty bouncy in the motorhome, so you know it's shaking more than it was. It's bouncier. So we lucked out, folks. Bridge isn't in the process of opening or closing, but had been, I was hoping that we'd be, you know, kind of up the hill just a little way, so we would get good views, but usually, you know, it's backed up. How many miles do you think that thing backs up when it's closed? Several miles at least, both directions. See all the cars heading west. So I can say it's a Friday afternoon, and it's after 2:30, so early commuting time for people who live over here, and that's on the peninsula side. Commute to Seattle. I already saw signs for Kingston Ferry, which is not far from here, which is where people who cross this bridge usually go over to catch a ferry across to the Seattle side. And they already have like an hour ferry waiting time, which isn't bad, but it'll get worse. Not as bad this direction. They're on the other side. Oh, wow. So I'm going to wrap this up. We're coming here to the light where we'll turn back onto Highway 3. Almost home. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing one, like I said earlier, on our little town of Poulsbo, so keep your eyes open for that one. Really a cute town. I think you enjoy it. We sure love it here. So, like I said, this is a Friday. So, beginning of the weekend. I hope you all have a great weekend. And I love you all. Bye.